Hello, this is Eric of Not Bio Studio, and today I'm reviewing the Rode M5 microphone system. And these microphones are literally about half the price this Audio Technica AT4040 I'm speaking to on right now. And we probably could hear a lot of echo, reverberation. There's noise in the background. Let's listen to the sounds just for a moment. So you probably could hear a little bit of that noise, the TV, if you had your volume at least up for that moment there. But for now, let's open this up and then check out how these microphones sound. Now let's get started. Studio. So inside the package, we have this that we see here. Let's take this out of the box to make this a lot easier to handle. And let's go to the bottom up. So in the bottom of the box, we got Shure. Okay. We have this right here, matched pair. So that means your audio should be the same, exactly identical, matched together in process. So it's like almost like you have a computer in DDR or RAM. If you have matching pair, it's always a lot better, more stable, guaranteed kind of thing to work together properly. So here is our microphone capsule that we see, a little small, and there's the front. So this is the capsule itself. A little bit of reverberation reduction, you can see right there. XLR. And you can see our little Rode M5, and then our big logo of Rode on this side. So we have both of them right there. We have a big, thick user manual. That's pretty crazy. And then underneath that, we got our little holder. So here's some aspects of our holder for our microphone. We have an adapter here, and that can be removed. And I believe this makes it 3/8 inch, I believe, if not mistaken, from like 5/8 or something like that. But I'll leave notes above here if I'm actually incorrect. And then we have our little arm that can allow you to swivel back and forth. Now the mic itself doesn't fit in here very well. You can see that the sizing is not quite right. We have to actually push it in with some definitive force. And there we have it. Now for the foamy part itself, it's actually pretty darn big compared to what you'd expect. And it just slides on. And there we go. Now one thing that was kind of hidden in the package is this blue ring thing. You might wonder, what is this about? Well, if your mic is loose between the XLR cable and the microphone, so let me grab the other one here. So right here in the microphone, you'd use this, and that should snug it up. So let me give an example here. That's pretty tight. So I'd put this on my XLR cable as such. So right now we actually have rubber there anyways, but this was the idea anyways. So you know how to use this blue ring. I've never seen a mic actually include that kind of idea to snug up your XLR cable. So thank you, Rode, for giving some extra options that nobody else does. Right now I have a bunch of background noise happening to test the sound rejection of these microphones. Right now this is the AT4040 from Audio Technica, double the price of the other microphone we're testing here today. Now let's switch it over and see if we can hear a difference in this background noise. Let's listen to the sounds just for a moment before I switch over. Okay, now we are using the Rode M5 and we have a bunch of background noise. Do we hear any difference between that moment of silence between the two different microphones? Well, let me know. I'm going to turn off that background noise and listen to the microphone itself. One thing to note about the Rode M5 is it requires phantom power, either 24 or 48 volts. Has a very low noise floor for a microphone, so that's one thing that's very, very useful. And now let's do a test of the pickup pattern and the pickup distance of this microphone. Right now we're up close, right against the capsule basically, and let's go further, further, and we are about 2 feet away. And let's go from the side of this microphone and to the back end of this microphone, see how it picks up. See how it picks up. Test, 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 and underneath the microphone and underneath. And let's go back to the front. Now, one test we want to do is sibilants and plosives. And right now I'm recording, of course, to the PC so we can get the most accurate sound possible and not the sound to my camera that I can clip without me realizing. So let's test this out for plosives. And of course, I'm doing some sibilants right now as well. Sibilants is the S sound. So anyways, Peter had a plosive party at the pizzeria. Peter had a plosive party at the pizzeria. So I'm right on that microphone, as you can see right now. So normally you'd speak more like this far away. And at this far away, if you're speaking, are you getting plosives with Peter at the Peter Pickle Pizza Party? I don't know. You'll have to tell me and we'll have to both find out. YouTube, like I'm doing right now, and I want the microphone out of the scene. Well, I could crank up the volume on the gain, but this does reject quite a bit of the sound around. Now let's listen to the silence with no other noise playing, but it'll give you an idea of the self noise that may persist beyond the outside noise around. Now let's listen to this silence. Okay. Now let's do some other tests with this microphone, including some guitar playing and singing, and see if this works as a cheap option. So you can have your singing microphone and your guitar microphone, which I got right here. Okay, keep in mind there is some background noise, but we're going to try this. I got a microphone down below here near the guitar itself, and I have my microphone up here. Let's see how this works. Free bird you fly. Free bird you fly. Let's do a quick EMI test just to have it done. That's to see if any interference from electronic devices get through here. I'm going to be putting it fairly close. Got my mobile phone, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth on. So what we're listening for is any high-pitched squealing sounds. I'll note if there is anything. And now I'm going to use my wireless device here. And this is the X5U5 I'm going to use because it did actually cause some interference with my Zoom F3 when I'm really, really close. So it was unreasonably close, but still. So the question is, what are my thoughts on these M5 microphones? If you're looking for a low-cost option to record your guitar and do singing that's not going to break the bank while sounding very professional for what you're getting, well, here's your option. This is actually really, really good for what you can get for this price range and have a matching pair at that. And if you have the option for stereo or mono, you can actually separate your guitar and your singing and raise and lower the volume if you could put it on separate channels. With my particular device, I can do that. I didn't do that, but I could, in fact, do that. I just left everything at even volumes and recorded my guitar and my singing, and this is what I got. Now, if we're wanting to go more professional, I get something more like the Audio-Technica AT4040. There are better options, of course, than that too as well that you'll pay more for, but it all is what you're looking for. Now, one advantage this mic does have over the AT4040 is if you have an untreated room and you have lots of reverberation, noise in the background, this generally should reject more of the noise around you to give you a cleaner sound, especially in an untreated room. So this would even be a better option than MV7. The MV7 gets a lot of noise for metallic noise, for noise bouncing. However, I do have video of how to improve your MV7 to get better sound with a shock mount and everything else, and actually get that nice bold sound still without having to face so much of the pains of sound reverberating around you. Now, I can later on do a comparison of that mic and watch for another comparison video where I'll be comparing different microphones for the sound tone. And this one is I find quite neutral, but if I speak too close, it does room audio, so I got to be careful. I'm actually getting a bit close to the microphone there for a moment. And so you want to speak about an inch away at least from this microphone, having it up close, because when you speak further away, it really ruins the dynamic range of this microphone, especially the low end part of the microphone. So keep up close when using this particular unit, be it for recording guitar or your voice. That is the best way to do it for sure for this type of microphone. Subscribe to Not Bows, help this channel grow, and thanks for watching. Have yourselves a most wonderful day. Peter Plosive at the Peter Pickle Center, Pickling.